Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be covering an extremely important moving average cross that just happened for Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. So in this video, we'll be looking at the 50-week simple moving average, which is the green line on this chart, as well as the 100-week simple moving average, which is the blue line. Now, technically speaking, this cross actually occurred on the previous weekly close, but you can see that this most recent candle close has made it much more pronounced. You can actually see they have converged. Now, what's interesting about this cross is that there's only been 3 times in Bitcoin's history where we've seen a cross like this, which is once again when the 50-period average, the green line, crosses below the 100-period average, which is the blue line. So I'm just going to mark out these crosses here. You can see this one right here in April of 2015. Another cross right here in February of 2019, and then once again that cross last week in September. So what's very important to take away for me is that all of these crosses have occurred after the bear market bottom was already in. So let's just zoom in here to the 2015 bear market to start us off here, and let's just first look at the fact that the low was in on the week of January 12th, and the cross actually occurred right here on the week of April 13th. So once the bottom was in, it took about 13 weeks or so before we actually saw that cross. And if we're just continuing on to the next bear market, you can see a pretty similar trend here where the low was in on the week of December 10th, and then these moving averages crossed on the week of February 18th, which was about a 10-week difference. And if we're continuing on again to this close, if we take a measured move from the current low in place, which was on the week of June 13th, we can see from this point that would mark about a 12-week difference, which is pretty consistent with the previous bear markets. And I think it's a pretty interesting pattern, and it does sort of suggest that there is a good case to be made for the bulls, and that maybe this time is pretty similar and we do have a cycle low in place, and maybe that is just a 12-week difference similar to the previous ones of 13 weeks after and then 10 weeks after. Now, it's important to understand that even if these moving averages were to mark the bottom, which they certainly don't have to, but hypothetically, let's say that they were to mark in the bottom, it doesn't mean that we're just going to go straight back up to new highs. And if we're looking right here in the 2015 cycle, after we actually had that cross, you can see we even retested lows about 18 weeks later. So if we were to take a measured move from 18 weeks after that cross, that could put you at a retest of $17,500 into late December, early January, which, would definitely not be the most bullish scenario. So it's important to understand that even if we do have a low in terms of a price standpoint, that doesn't mean from a timing standpoint, we're ready to just go back up to some of these higher valuations. But with all that being said, I still do consider this to be a fairly bullish cross, with the historic implications being that the bottom has already been in from anywhere of 10 to 13 weeks. So if the pattern were to repeat itself, which it certainly doesn't have to, but again, I do consider this to be a fairly bullish cross. We've got at least a similar market structure with a low, a higher low. We've got some consolidation, some support off the previous cycle's all-time high. So it does look pretty promising to me, and I just thought it would be relevant to include in a video considering this has only happened 3 times in Bitcoin's history, all of which being relatively close to the bottom. So I hope you guys did enjoy the content and the analysis. By the way, make sure to check out our sponsors in the link in the description below. We're partnered with FTX.us. It's a great cryptocurrency exchange for buying, selling, and trading cryptocurrencies. You can sign up with my link in the description below or through my referral code SNOWYCRYPTO and get a 5% discount on exchange fees. So I hope you guys did enjoy the content, and as always, I will see you in the next one.